Okay, so what we did today was we went over simplifying and adding and just a little bit of subtracting fractions at the end. So what we learned with simplifying is first there's two different ways that we can simplify. So first, when the numbers are small enough and for you to be able to divide by each other the numbers, so you can start high on the numerator and then see if the denominator can be divided by the numerator. And then if it can, then you have the most simplified version. For example, if it's 6 over 12, then you can divide the numerator by 6, right? And then that's 1, and then divide the denominator by 6 and get 2. However, if the numbers are too large for you to divide and know what numbers go into what, you can always start small. For example, if you had 12 over 84 and you don't know if 84 can be divided by 12 off the top of your head, you can always start small. So if the number is even, then you always know that the numerator can be divided by 2, right? So if we take 12 divided by 84 and then start small, we can do 12 divided by 2 is 6, and 84 divided by 2 is 42, right? So then now we have 12 over 42, and we can just continue this process until either the numbers are small enough to where you can use the first method in which we divide by the numerator and then just go down from there, or you can just get your simplified fraction by doing this over and over again, right? And then, okay, so those are the two different ways we can simplify fractions. And then if we wanted to, when we're adding fractions, there's different tips that I can give you for adding fractions. So first, you always want to simplify the fractions before you add them. Now, the benefits of doing this is it saves a lot of time. For example, if you had 6 over 12 plus 5 over 10. Now, this would take a lot of time to first solve it and then get the denominator, which if you just multiplied the two denominators by each other to get a common denominator, you would have a denominator of 120. So this would take a lot of time to simplify this. However, if we were to do 5 over 10, right, if you simplify 5 over 10 first, then you get 1/2, and then plus 6 over 12. If you simplify 6 over 12 first, you can also get 1/2. So in the end, you get 1/2 plus 1/2 in 1. Instead, if you were trying to solve it and getting common denominator between 10 and 12, then you would take a lot more time. And it'd take even longer if it were a number other than 1, right? Because then you'd have an answer in which you'd have to keep simplifying it over and over and over again. Okay, so simplify before you solve it and not after. And then so then simplifying or subtracting is pretty much the same process as adding. So you can first find the common denominators and then subtract the numerators just like you'd be adding the numerators in that addition process. Now, when we're finding common denominators, right, so we always, first of all, right, you see if you can simplify it, and then if you can't, then you can find common denominator. And ways you can do this are to see if one number can go into the other number first, right? So for example, if you had 2 over 3 plus 5 over 6, and you know 3 can go into 6, and you do 3 times 2 is 6, so you can multiply the numerator and the denominator by 2 to get 4 over 6. So then you add 4 over 6 plus 5 over 6. So that is one way you can do it. Or another way is if you don't know if you're not sure that one number can go into another number, or you just want to do it quickly, you can just multiply the denominators by each other. So in the example of 2 over 3 plus 5 over 6, we can multiply 2 over 3 by 2 over 2 to get we can multiply each denominator by the other fraction. So we would do 2 over 3 times 6 over 6 to get a denominator of 18. And then we would do 5 over 6 times 3 over 3 to also get a denominator of 18. So those are the ways we can get a denominator. And then when we add it from there, then you always want to give your answer in a simplified version. And that's all.